This kind of feels like, oh yeah, this is an actual boss fight. Okay,
All right, monster, prepare to be...
Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of ACGaming. Today I'm going to be talking about a connection between two games that one would definitely not be expecting. One is a bubbly, colorful, and paint-filled Nintendo game. The other is a dark, extreme, rage-inducing hack-and-slash game from Sony. You may have already guessed both, Splatoon and Bloodborne. Other than the fact that they are both very fun and competitive, these two games are actually related in a way you wouldn't guess. They are in the same universe. But before I begin to explain, there are a couple of notes that need to be touched upon. First, this theory originated on Reddit by user Jaumgoif. I've linked the original post in the description if you'd like to view it yourself. And the second thing is a spoiler warning for the end of Bloodborne and possible spoilers for Splatoon. Consider yourself warned. Alright, want to know how these two polar opposite games are connected? Let's begin. At a point in Bloodborne, where you reach Bergenworth, you begin to learn what the ultimate goal of most of the scholars were. They want to become a Great One. A Great One is essentially a being of another universe that is believed to have enlightened knowledge. The scholars believe that if you remove your own eyes, you would become closer to achieving this goal. But throughout the playthrough, you discover that consuming at least 3 of the 4 umbilical cord pieces will reward you with an optional boss and ultimately the ascension into an infant Great One. This infant Great One actually turns out to resemble a small squid-like creature. By the end of the game, it is assumed that all humans have discovered how to become Great Ones, turning them all into squid-like creatures. It is important to note that Great Ones can create something out of nothing and can change the fabrics of reality. In Splatoon, the Inklings can transfer their shape from humanoid figures into squid creatures. They can also generate a seemingly infinite amount of ink paint from their own bodies. Definitely not something a lesser human can do. If these details still don't convince you, take a look at this. In Bloodborne, the player discovers alien creatures that resemble mushrooms. When you later discover a lab with a dead one on the table, could this be the failed result of Ascension? Turns out Splatoon has the same looking creature in the form of Jelensot. It can be clear to just assume that this is a jellyfish, but that's too obvious. Where's the fun in that? So is Splatoon the unofficial sequel to Bloodborne? We didn't get that highly anticipated Bloodborne 2 announcement at E3, so it could be possible. Only you can decide what you want to believe. Thanks guys for sticking through to the end. It is a far-fetched theory, but it's still a fun possibility to think about. This is goodbye for now, but if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Remember 2013? Here's a video of my hardest choices in gaming for that year. Fan of Assassin's Creed? Check out this video on how I explain the deaths of the main characters and touch on the unfairness of how we haven't seen the end of Connor's story. But now, I have a new form of video to work on.